Hey guys, I'm Chris,
And I'm Andy.
and today we've got another Oscar video for you guys. We wanted to go through some of the biggest Oscar snubs in our opinion, whether it's someone who was nominated and didn't win or someone who completely missed out on a nomination. But we're just going to go through some of our personal picks. So I'm going to start it off right here with Goodfellas not winning Best Picture in 1990. Dances with Wolves won, and I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to that. But the fact that Goodfellas does not have a Best Picture in its name is absurd to me.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And another movie that I think that doesn't have the Best Picture win that totally deserves to is Saving Private Ryan. I mean, amazing spectacle war movie. Steven Spielberg did so good with it, and it losing out to Shakespeare in Love, I'm pretty sure, is what it lost to. That year is just pretty dang ridiculous to me. Should have won for sure. I feel like everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, and then this one might not be as controversial, but it's a personal pick of mine, and that's the original Star Wars not winning Best Picture. Annie Hall won over it back in 1977, and it's just I wish that Star Wars won Best Picture. That would just be awesome. It would like set a precedent for sci-fi movies in the future, and it would be cool if a Star Wars movie won Best Picture, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to add to that movie as well, I think that George Lucas should have won Best Director that year. I mean, he did so good with that movie, and I don't know who won, but they're not better than George Lucas and Star Wars. The OG
I
in that.
mean, yeah, I won't disagree.
So another one that I wanted to bring up. This is the first one that we've talked about that haven't even gotten the nom. And this person, just in the year that they acted in this movie, did so great, and that's Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. I think this was in 2014 or 15 that it came
It was
out.
2014.
Yeah, and he did a great performance. I think everybody in the world agrees with that. And he was left out of the Best Actor noms, and he should have been in there for sure.
He was robbed because this is probably his career best performance. And he was haunting in that movie. He was really a creepy guy, and I don't know why the Academy left him out.
Yeah, so good.
And then another movie with a bunch of categories that got completely overlooked by the Academy is Prisoners, which came out in 2013 and was directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, I mean, I love that movie. It's one of my favorite
Mhm.
movies of all time, top 10. It's so freaking good. And Jake Gyllenhaal was great in that movie, too, as supporting actor, and Hugh Jackman in the lead role, like, scary. The story was so dang compelling. I love Prisoners. It only got one nom for cinematography, but it should have been in there for other things.
I'm shocked. I don't know how this movie did not get a Best Picture nomination, two acting nominations, and maybe even a director nomination.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like the score in that movie is really good, too. I remember it,
Mm-hmm.
like, just standing out.
Everything about it. It's a modern masterpiece, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Another one though that I think this is actually a pretty recent one, and this movie did get a good bit of love when it came to nominations, but overall, on a whole, I think this movie should have won more Oscars, at least like three. It only won one, and that's A Star Is Born last year. I mean, Bradley Cooper got snubbed for director. Lady Gaga should have won Best Actress. I mean, he should have won Best Actor. It should have gotten a lot more things than just the song win that it did, like the editing, the sound, like Best Picture even. I thought that movie definitely deserved more love than the Academy gave it. I don't know what that was last year. That movie just the steam for it just died out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know you and I both love this movie. Some people think it's a little overrated, and that's fine. That's their opinion. But I don't know how Bradley Cooper was left out of the director category. Didn't even get a nomination when this movie it was a massive feat at the Oscars. It had a ton of nominations. And I would have loved to see Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper win for the acting categories as well. Another recent acting nomination, someone who was left out of the acting category, was James Franco for his performance as Tommy Wiseau in The Disaster Artist. And I was really angry when this happened because Denzel got nominated for some movie. I can't even tell you the title of it right now.
It was like Roman J. Israel, I think.
I haven't seen it, but they just threw Denzel in there. I'm almost positive of it. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember that year, like, Franco was involved in a controversy as well, but in the long run, like, that is his best performance. I haven't seen 127 Hours, but him as Tommy Wiseau was hilarious, and he just gave, like, such a great performance, and it just felt weird with him not being included that year. I agree with that one for sure.
Yeah, and then another year as a whole that it just was a little wild at the Academy Awards was 2010.
Yeah. That was a crazy year.
The following movies were nominated and did not win Best Picture: Toy Story 3, Inception, The Social Network, and The Fighter. All of those movies are fantastic.
And The King's Speech one, which neither of us have seen, but we know it's not than those four movies right there.
I mean, you never know, but it's probably unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, I think one that we're really targeting right here is The Social Network. It was a great movie. It got nominated for Best Picture, and I feel like everybody thought it was going to win that year.
Mm.
And the fact that it didn't is just like everybody now is just like The Social Network should have won. So I mean, really, like the Academy made the wrong choice there. I feel like.
Yeah, that movie has one of the best scripts I've ever seen, and I'm glad that it did win the adapted screenplay category.
All right.
And score. The score is fantastic. It won the Oscar for that. But someone who was robbed that year was Andrew Garfield. He did not get a supporting actor nom
Yeah,
for his performance as Eduardo.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg should have won Best Actor. I feel like Colin Farrell probably won that year for The King's Speech.
Yeah,
And
Colin Firth, but yeah.
Colin Firth, yeah. And Jesse Eisenberg and Andrew Garfield had great back and forth in that movie. That's a movie that I can turn on anytime and watch it. It's like dated so well, I feel like.
I just rewatched it last night. It's great.
So another big snub for me, actually last year, and it's a horror movie, so of course the Academy left it out. But Toni Collette in Hereditary, I mean, amazing performance by her. It's one of it's the best horror performance I think I've ever seen, and she just gives such a great like role in that movie. She goes through all the emotions, like she plays the mom, but she also is like going crazy, and just like her scenes at the dinner table or at the like when she's like screaming when she's trying to connect to her daughter, and the faces that she makes in that movie is just so good. I know you haven't seen it and probably never will. Her definitely amazing, and it's a shame that she got nominated. It's disgraceful. She's so good.
And the next one, we can end with this one unless you have more, is La La Land not winning Best Picture. Now, I have not seen Moonlight, so I'm not taking a shot at Moonlight. I'm just saying La La Land is a modern musical classic already. And the fact that it doesn't have the Best Picture award, it saddens me a little. I'm sure Moonlight's a great movie, but I would have loved to see La La Land win. And the fact that it had it for like 10 minutes and then lost it, it makes it even worse.
Yeah, it makes it horribly worse. But for me, Moonlight, I'm fine with it winning Best Picture, especially now that it's aged some more. I'm glad definitely that La La Land won Best Director. If it didn't win Best Director, I'd be more upset about this for sure. Because La La Land was my favorite movie that year and Moonlight was number 2.
So that's a wrap for our biggest Oscar snubs of all time video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like this video and comment down below what you think some of the biggest Oscar snubs are and what you thought of our lists. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot to us. We're having a lot of fun doing this, and we definitely have some more Oscar videos coming out soon, so stay tuned. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys.